As dawn reaches Africa's ancient granite cliffs, one of the continent's most specialized hunters begins another day. Success begins with observation rather than speed. The eagle searches patiently from a high vantage point. Below, a colony of rock hyraxes begins its daily search for food. A single careless moment can separate one animal from the safety of the colony. The eagle selects its target. As dawn reaches Africa's ancient granite cliffs, one of the continent's most specialized hunters begins another day. Every ridge and shadow helps conceal the hunter's movement. The cliff provides natural cover. The final seconds leave almost no room for error. The attack is about to begin. Precision, not speed alone, determines whether the hunt succeeds. The eagle launches its strike. Within moments, the hunt is over. Vigilance, however, never ends. A successful hunter never relaxes immediately. Awareness remains the first defense. The eagle checks its surroundings before feeding. Its powerful bill is designed to separate flesh efficiently while maintaining complete control of the prey.
The eagle begins feeding.
Even during a meal, constant vigilance is essential in the mountains. Feeding is interrupted by frequent scans of the surroundings.
The immense strength of the talons prevents even powerful prey from escaping.
Powerful talons secure both prey and footing.
Long periods of stillness conserve energy for the next hunt. Subtitles. The eagle rests while remaining alert.
Maintaining healthy feathers is essential for efficient flight and future hunts. Brief preening helps maintain flight feathers. A powerful launch lifts both hunter and prey back into the open sky. The eagle leaves the feeding perch. The hunt has ended, but the day's patrol continues across the ancient cliffs. In these timeless mountains, patience, precision, and mastery of the wind define one of Africa's greatest aerial hunters. End of hunting sequence. On the towering cliffs of southern Africa, the day begins long before the valley awakens.
Invisible columns of warm air allow these eagles to travel effortlessly while watching every movement below.
Every flight reinforces ownership of a territory defended across generations.
Strong pair bonds are essential for raising young in this unforgiving landscape. The breeding pair strengthens its partnership before nesting. Rather than building anew, the pair reinforces a massive nest used year after year. The nest is repaired with fresh branches and vegetation.
Each carefully placed branch increases the stability of a nest exposed to powerful mountain winds.
With nesting underway, the male begins the daily search for food. The male leaves to hunt, while the female stays close to the nest. Patience often determines success. The eagle waits for the perfect opportunity. A single movement could warn the colony. Stillness is the hunter's greatest advantage. The eagle waits for exactly the right moment. Rather than building anew, the pair reinforces a massive nest used year after year. The nest is repaired with fresh branches and vegetation. The return journey demands equal precision. Losing the prey is not an option. Cooperation keeps the breeding cycle running smoothly. Food is transferred with calm, practiced precision.
After weeks of preparation, the next generation begins with a single fragile egg.
Turning the egg helps maintain even warmth during development. The egg is rotated regularly throughout incubation.
Even during incubation, the nest continues to be maintained.
Although the female performs most of the incubation, the male also shares the responsibility. The male briefly takes over incubation duties.
Daily hunting continues throughout incubation, often requiring hours of careful searching. The male resumes hunting across the rocky slopes.
Changing weather is a constant challenge on exposed mountain cliffs.
For now, patience is the greatest investment. Life is quietly developing beneath a layer of feathers.
After weeks of careful incubation, the first signs of life finally appear.
Breaking free requires hours of determined effort from a chick no larger than a human hand. Hatching is a slow and demanding process. Warmth is now as important as food. Every hour improves the chick's chances of survival.
The hatchling depends entirely on parental care.
Only the smallest pieces can be swallowed by a newly hatched eagle. The chick receives its first meal.
Within days, strength slowly replaces vulnerability.
Feeding a growing chick demands almost daily hunting success.
Every successful hunt fuels another stage of development.
The chick is now eating larger pieces of food.
Even gentle rain can threaten a young chick on an exposed cliff. The parents shield the chick from the weather.
The storm is brief, but survival depends on every careful response. Clear skies return, and the chick continues to grow.
New feathers replace the soft down, preparing the young eagle for a life in the air.
Every practice movement strengthens the muscles needed for flight.
Although growing quickly, the young eagle still depends completely on its parents.
Hours alone teach the young eagle to observe the landscape that will one day become its hunting ground. The juvenile spends more time watching the world below.
Curiosity slowly overcomes caution as the cliff edge draws closer. The juvenile begins exploring beyond the center of the nest.
The adults supervise quietly, allowing experience to become the young bird's greatest teacher.
Each practice session builds the strength required to master the mountain winds. Subtitles: wing exercises become longer and more powerful.
The mountain itself becomes an instructor, teaching balance through every gust. Confidence grows in small steps long before the first true flight. Subtitles: practice begins with short hopping movements. Soon, instinct will demand a leap into the open sky. The first flight is approaching. Every instinct urges the young eagle forward, but timing is everything.
The juvenile prepares for its first flight.
Even a born flyer hesitates before trusting the open air.
The leap cannot be undone. Instinct now takes over. The juvenile leaves the nest for the first time.
Mountain air cushions the fall, transforming it into flight.
The adults do not teach through instruction, but through presence. The parents quietly accompany the juvenile.
Landing often proves harder than taking off.
Each attempt refines the skills needed for survival. Practice quickly improves control. Flying is only the beginning. Hunting demands patience and precision. The juvenile studies the behavior of rock hyraxes. Failure is an expected part of every young predator's education.
The first hunting attempt is unsuccessful.
Experience cannot be inherited. It must be earned, one hunt at a time. Now alone, every decision belongs to the young eagle. Observation becomes its greatest weapon.
Patience often determines whether a hunt succeeds or fails. The eagle waits for the right opportunity. Experience is earned through repeated mistakes. Subtitles: another opportunity slips away. Instead of rushing forward, the young hunter begins to understand the habits of its prey. Observation improves hunting strategy. Flying is only the beginning. Hunting demands patience and precision. The juvenile studies the behavior of rock hyraxes.
For the first time, the young eagle feeds without relying on its parents.
With growing confidence comes the urge to explore beyond the familiar cliffs.
The family bond remains, but independence is now inevitable. The young eagle and its parents share one final patrol.
Soon the young eagle will establish a territory of its own, far beyond the nest where its life began. The juvenile begins its journey toward independence. From a fragile egg on a windswept cliff,
To a skilled hunter of the mountains, the cycle of the Verreaux's eagle begins anew. Persistence is finally rewarded. The young eagle secures its first successful hunt.
Independence brings freedom, but also complete responsibility.
The eagle has become a capable hunter.
Mastering the mountain winds is the key to survival across these vast landscapes.
The seasons continue to shape life in the mountains, demanding constant adaptation.
With every passing season, experience gradually replaces youth.
The breeding pair continues its cycle, while the next generation begins a story of its own. The cycle of life continues across the same cliffs.
Across Africa's ancient mountains, each generation begins with a single nest, a single leap into the unknown.